Hello, hi. We're in the middle of winter storm. Therefore, I'm allowed to wear a hoodie with the hood open and look like a crazy person. Thank you very much. Also, my carpal tunnel's acting up. And you will be seeing this because the sticky note with the list of books is on here. Anyways, welcome to the April TBR. There are more this time. I remember counting. I don't remember what it was. I think it's technically 9, but kind of 11. We don't need to talk about it, except I will talk about it. I will try to talk about the books in general, what I remember from reading the synopses of some of them a very long time ago. And I think that's it. I think I'll just go straight into it, have a good time, right? First book, Crooked Kingdom, the sequel to Six of Crows. I know basically nothing about it. One, I haven't read Six of Crows yet. Still have to read that. Whoops. But Crooked Kingdom, the direct sequel, I know that there's a third one coming out at some point, but no one knows when, and it's pretty far down the line. I think there's a similar thing with the third book in the Ninth House Alex Stern series. Like, on Goodreads, there's a third book, but there's no, publication date. Anyways, so technically, it would be me finishing a duology, right? Like, when that one comes out, sure, but for now, it's finishing a duology and I'm labeling the series as done when I read that book. I do not care, okay? I just noticed the nails kind of match this sweater in this lighting. Cool. The next one is This Is How You Lose the Time War. I remember hearing about this book a long time ago. Like, back in the very beginning of me watching BookTube is when it became popular. So it's one of the earliest books on my TBR, right? If I remember properly, it is about 2 members on opposing sides of a war, specifically a time war. Haha, we see it. They're on opposing sides, right? And they start writing letters to each other. I assume it's like initially taunting or something, but eventually romance ensues, I think. I don't know. It's been a long time. I think it's kind of short. I don't know. Also, it's a standalone. We love that. Also, a standalone is the next one, Dark Earth. I'm reading it for multiple things, including the Buzzwordathon, because the prompt for April is, I think, earthy things, nature words, and earth counts. And so I was like, okay, Dark Earth, which is a standalone fantasy. I think it's something to do with magical powers and sisters. Listen, am I good at remembering these books? No. So yeah, that's kind of, I think, I remember seeing when I glimpsed at the synopsis earlier, because I feel like I should mention I did check to make sure that all these aren't SMP, because strike or boycott. But if I messed up, I messed up, and I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll recognize before I actually read the book, type thing. But yeah, in doing that, I was glimpsing at the synopsis, right? And I remember seeing sisters and magical powers, and I think they're princesses as well. Don't quote me on that. It's kind of giving me Three Dark Crowns vibes, but a standalone, which I'm fine with, because the first one was good, and the rest of them were mid to bad. Just a side thing, these are the kind ofs. Do I actually need to reread these? No, I could totally host podcast episodes on these without having to reread them. But they're my favorite books of all time. Why would I not if I have the chance, right? If I have an excuse to read them, I'm willing to read them. And it just so happens that I have promised myself... Ooh, did you hear the snow falling on the roof? I promised myself that if I finish Evelyn Hugo by the end of this month, finally... I've been reading it since September. If I finally finish my reread of that, I will be able to reread these. So exciting. We're happy. I'm gonna throw things probably. I'm so excited to reread them, okay? Other thing, gonna finish another series, Unbroken, which is the 3rd book in I think the series is called Dark Moon Shifters. I know one of them's Unleashed. And then there's Untamed, I think is the second one. And this one is Unbroken, the last one. It is a reverse harem shifter romance with also in the world type stuff going on. It's wild. We are part of the Creed of Supremacy. I don't know what else to say. There's dragons, there's griffins, there's lynx that can see the future. The end of the last one, I jokingly said at one point, includes zombie mold virus. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that comes to fruition in the third and final book in the series. I still don't think the good guys win, but it's very much like it's the end of the world, and even if they win, it could still be the end of the world type thing going on. Very exciting. Not just gal pals is one. I remember seeing this book forever ago, and I don't remember anything about it. I think it's small town, autumn vibes, right? So of course I'm gonna read it in April. Lesbians, let's go lesbians. It very much gives me like small town Hallmark movie type vibes, but make it gay. And in theory, I should like that. So yeah, exciting. I don't know anything else about this. Another one, I'm gonna go back into my Katee Robert era, okay? There is the Touch of Taboo series. I just learned like 3 days ago that there is actually 5 books in, well, their 5th book isn't out yet, I don't think. And there is a 4th book that I didn't know about. And so I just assumed it was a trilogy. So I only have the first 3 planned for now. I may read the 4th one as well, because I also have the 4th one planned for things further down the line. So if I just read it now and then get it out of the way, right, type thing. So, and they're all pretty short, right? Like they're under 200 pages. The whole premises of them is like kind of taboo romances. Like I know the first one is something with your dad or something like that. I just looked it up. I swear to God. I just looked this up. Let's go. Your dad will do gifting me to his best friend, or your best friend, and my dad's best friend, or something like that. Those are the 3 that I will for sure be reading. And then the 4th one I think is Seducing My Guardian or something like that. Alright, kind of taboo romances. In general, not my type of thing. I've read a few, tried to read a few, wasn't the biggest fan. But I think with Katee Roberts' writing and character work, I think I will enjoy it. So it will be interesting to see. Also, this is like the first contemporary non-fantasy stuff going in the background, like part of the whole Wicked Villains universe book. So I will be reading by Katee Robert, which is interesting. Right? I think Your Dad Will Do. I'm just gonna talk about the first one because that's the one I know the most about, and I think I'm like 96% sure that it is about the main character. Something happens with her partner, boyfriend guy. I think he cheats on her. Don't quote me on that. And so she, for revenge, sleeps with his dad. And I'm just saying, I love a girl boss. I love an icon. And yeah, that's generally the whole vibe of the whole series. So I will probably have a good time. I didn't get access to audiobook easily, let alone the ebook. So good times. And onto the last one. There's like a read along for the Throne of Glass series that I'm supposed to be doing since January that I have not been doing because I'm very good. I know as soon as I like wrote down this on a sticky note, it feels like all the controversy about Throne of Glass came out because Fairy Lou editions came out and then people weren't the biggest fan of the covers. Honestly, the cover you see right now is the cover of the edition I have because I got the whole entire series as like a box set type thing on Kindle for like $7 for all of them. Because it was right after I read the Throne of Glass. This will be a reread. And so I really liked it. It was like the first time I liked Sarah J Maas. Since then I've reread the first 3 ACOTAR books and I liked them more than I initially did, but still Throne of Glass is my favorite so far, right? So I have that version with that cover, and I prefer the Fairy Loot edition covers, but apparently some people don't like the Fairy Loot editions or something going on there, and then they were throwing hate at the illustrator, and Fairy Loot had to come out and be like, hey, stop hating on our artists, because that's not cool. We fully support them, and whatnot. So, you know, times, of course, as soon as I'm like about to pick up Throne of Glass is when when this happens. But yeah, Throne of Glass, I'm going to finally reread it. There is like a whole entire readathon that Chloe from, I can't remember her channel. I will put her channel name or channel and everything below. But there's like a whole entire Discord server. God, you're telling my brains out of it. She has a whole entire Discord server dedicated to it, where once a month we read one of the books, and I think around this time next year is when it's going to end with the 3rd Crescent City book, which I've only read the first of. So that will be a reread. I'm not going to reread any of the ACOTARs because I've read most of them recent-ish. I'm mostly doing this to actually read the Throne of Glass series and also catch up on the Crescent City series. That is what I'm doing in this. But yeah, that's the last book of the 9 kind of 11. Is that even right math? I think it is. Wow. Anyways, this is kind of short. I'm blaming Winter Storm, possible power outage. My hand hurts. And I kind of want to edit this before possible power outage, so, you know, good times. I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll actually read Evelyn Hugo today. Imagine. I contemplated for 5 minutes and then I was like, I'm cold when I'm not under a blanket, and that seems annoying to do, so we'll see. Because I'm also annotating. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole TBR. The next video, of course, will be the wrap-up. Next vlog will be the weekend reading vlog, right? And then I have 2 wing/bird themed vlogs this month because one of them got pushed back. So, and also if there's a power outage, you may get a bonus vlog where I record a whole reading vlog during the power outage, like I did last year. So good times, fun times. I'm gonna go drink my coffee and edit this whole thing. So hopefully it can be up in case power out for a long time. I don't know.